Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of On the Road. I think this is episode 10. So I'm just leaving the Big Eddy. It's an Idaho fishing game access point on the Teton River, about 5 miles west of
31 miles.
about 5 miles west of Driggs, Idaho. Man, what a place. What a great place to stay. Definitely jumps to the top of the list as far as favorite places to stay. Happy Labor Day weekend. Been fishing a lot this summer, but hardly any of them as picturesque as where I'm at today. This is the Horseshoe Bridge on the Teton River. So up at Rainy Bridge where I've been staying, which is really called the Big Eddy. For some reason, all the signs say Rainy Bridge, but it's the Big Eddy. It's on the Teton River, about 5 miles west of Driggs, Idaho. Wow, lots of fishing pressure though. Tons of people come in here and fish this. A lot of float tubes, recreational, floaters, and then of course guided trips come through here in drift boats and all kinds of various and sundry other boats. Having a great time today. Been here almost 7 days now. And wow, the weather's been perfect. The scenery, I mean, what can you say about that? I mean, to stand here in this river and look at those mountains, and well, you can't really look at the mountains because you need to be looking at your fly. But man, I've just had a great time here. This is, I guess, probably one of my favorite stops I've made this summer, as far as fishing goes and as far as the scenery goes. Wow. What landscapes, great fishing, caught 6 fish here in about 2 hours, and I'm just having a great time. So happy Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody's having a good one. I haven't been recording a lot. I haven't been carrying my cameras around. I've been taking a lot of photos, and today I just had a great time chasing down some of the raptors, some of the birds of prey in the area. And also had quite a few moose that's been hanging around the camp. So hey everybody, it's TR back, and I'm doing a little fishing today. So I'm out here at the Horseshoe Bridge, which is on the Teton River. It's an amazing landscape. Those are the Teton Mountains over there. So I was here a couple days ago and did pretty good. I caught a 20-incher right out of here by the Horseshoe Bridge, but I didn't have a camera with me, so I got my cell phone with me today, and so I'm ready to go. Plus I'm going to record some of this. We'll see if we can get some decent footage, and if not, we'll get a good view of the surrounding area. Anyway, I'm going to mount this camera up and let's get fishing. Sure is bright on my eyes. Okay, let's just lock up the car here. Alright, I think we're ready to go finally. So today what I'm doing is I'm trying to match the hatch, and so we're just looking, kind of reading the water right now just to see. There's really nothing feeding. There's a little bit out there. Right over there they were feeding hard yesterday or day before. But we're going to go ahead and walk down to this riffle. But I think I want to get set up to fish, and I don't want to fish this particular fly. Come here. That would help. We're going to change flies. Let's see what kind of a good rig we got going here. It looks like probably 4/0. Yeah, that'd be my guess. I'm going to put about 2 feet of 6, about 2 feet of number 6 on. Okay, so if your leader is all kind of twinked up like this, I don't know, can you actually see that? Just give it a little tug. Okay, that's pretty good. Oops. I just lost it. There it is. Nope. The 6X leader is like human hair. Alright. Tie that on with a double sergeant. Just come in here, make a loop. Capture it with your thumb, pull it through. Capture it with your thumb. Come on, get through there. Get it wet. Alright. So I tied these up this morning. Not that one, but these green ones and this gray one, brown one. And so I'm going to start with probably this one. It's a number 16. So it's sort of a green mayfly parachute that I've tied up here, and it's been working pretty good here, so we're going to give it a try. Put my glasses on, I could see. I think I got it that time. Yeah, it feels good. Yep. Simple cinch knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, because I always lose a turn when I'm threading the eye. See? And then let's just, oops, get through there. Make sure you know which line you're cutting. Alright. So, let's freshen up the hackle. We're going to gink it. That's silicone. It's a dry fly floatant. This should help it stay on top of the water. All right. Now we're loaded for bear. Let's go see what we can catch. I have fished in here, and I know there's fish in there. Let's throw 2 or 3 casts. Let me get over here where I got a little better camera angle, so you're not looking into the sun. Alright, kind of like this. Not interested in it today. Might be too big. We might have to go with a smaller one. Well, there's a nice fish down there. You can always tell by the splash. Alright, so we're going to have to try something else. That fly has been brutal, but I haven't had anything even come up and look at it. And the fish are in there, they're feeding a little bit. The drift is everything. I did have one strike at it down here, I guess. Well, I hooked him, but I didn't get him in. There's some nice ones down in there. How are you? Looks like you're outfitted for a stay. Overnight, right on.
Yeah, top to bottom.
Top to bottom, sweet. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Are you fishing or are you just floating?
Just floating.
Right on. So the Big Eddy, I don't know if I want to, well, you're going to be able to Google it and find out for yourself, but man, what an amazing place it was to stay. Really kick back, Idaho Fish and Game Access Point, and some of the licensing fees from your Idaho hunting fishing licenses go to maintaining these dry camp areas. It was dry camp, pack it in, pack it out, no garbage service. It's about 5 miles west of Driggs, Idaho. And making a mental note to myself here to get online and correct one of the freecampsites.net postings. I probably drove 15 miles out of my way because I read a posting about don't use these roads and so on and so forth. And in reality, you know, I just came out the way that I thought I was going to come out because I explored it with my car. And it was fine. It was a little washboardy road, but it wasn't anything to get too upset about. I did see the road, which I figured they probably, the person who wrote this review tried to take. And I think it was just naivete on their part. You know, they're just not used to driving out in rural areas. And, you know, some roads are better than others. So, all right, come on. I'm talking to my RV. It downshifted there because I was rolling pretty fast coming off that last little hill. Great place to stay, did a ton of fishing. I think I fished 11 of the 14 days I was there. I did stay 4 extra days just because it was such a great place to stay. And I noticed that there have been people that had their rigs in there much longer than I had. I mean, they were there when I got there, and they were still there when I left. And I saw the, well, I guess it was probably a Forest Service law enforcement drive through the other day, but I don't think they patrol it very hard. It was really busy over Labor Day weekend, though. There were probably 30, 35 campers in there. But that was my plan all along, is to get someplace for Labor Day and just kind of lay low, get the weekend behind me, and then move on down the road. So today's route takes us over through Rexburg, then we're going to pick up what's known as the Archer Highway. It's kind of a backcountry cross-cut to Ryrie, Idaho. It's going to save us about probably 30 miles. Not a real fast road, you know, we're not going to be running 65 like we are right now. But still save us quite a bit of mileage, which is always a good thing. And I know that road, it's not beat up, it's a paved road all the way over to Ryrie. It sounds like I forgot to put up one of my blinds. You can hear it clicking against the window back there. It almost sounds like water running sometimes when it clicks against the window. It's kind of weird. And there's a cold front moving in, expecting to be only in the 60s for high temperatures during the day for the next 6 or 7 days. So I'm moving over to a place called the Juniper Campground. I've been there before. There's a campground tour on my channel. I'll post a link to it right up there. So I've been out there before, and it's a great place to stay. Fairly inexpensive, full hookups. I figure it's going to save me money to go get on hookups because it's going to be cloudy and rainy for the next week or so, is what they were saying. And for the first time in probably 4 weeks that I could think of, I actually had to run the generator on Wednesday this week. We had a couple cloudy days in a row. And that's kind of been the death nail. If I don't get sun for 2 days, then I've got to run the generator. But the plus side of that is it only takes 2 hours to fully charge the batteries. 2 hours. And before it was 4 to 4.5 with the old lead acid batteries. But my rough math says it cost me about $3 an hour to run the generator. So it's basically $6 a day for my power requirements. And it'll be nice to be over on hookups and be able to run my, you know, electric heaters, not burn propane. Because it has been chilly in the mornings here the last week or so. Foggy yesterday morning, but you know, down in the upper 40s, lower 40s, upper 30s, I should say. So the plan is to hang around over on the South Fork of the Snake River for the next 3 weeks or so. Plan on spending a week at the Juniper Campground, and then I'm going to move over to a dry camp that's run by BLM. That's right on the South Fork of the Snake River, so it'll put me close to a lot of the places I want to be over in that area. And that should take us through the end of September. Today is the 8th of September, by the way. Just yesterday, I had a power supply fail on my main editing workstation. I have a laptop too, but it just doesn't have the power to edit video. No matter what I do, it just won't edit, you know, it's just unusable to edit video. It's too old. It's from 2013, so it's 6 years old. But I had insurance on it. I bought the extra Smart Trade, Assurion, whatever it was, insurance when I bought the parts. And I've already contacted them, and they're sending them out. So I've got an address they're going to be sent to. That's one of the other reasons I'm moving, is to be a little closer to where I'm going to have the packages sent to, so I don't have to drive 50, 60 miles to get the packages. But for now, we got about 45 miles to go yet, so I'm just going to shut her down for now, and I'll check back in with you when we get over closer to Ryrie. Peace. Well, I just had to stop because my low coolant light came on, and I've been able to track it down, and it turns out I've got a little bitty hole in the radiator. It's blowing coolant everywhere. So I topped it off. I'm going to try to limp into Rexburg, which is probably 20 minutes from here, and see if, see what I can find out. But looks like I'm going to have to do some work on the old radiator here.